Oh shit. I hear double. Oh shit. Where is my okay? One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. I don't know what's going on. Okay, I think everything's working. This time around I have a laptop with me. So basically this time around is a little bit more professional than it was the last time. Hi virtual. Now I actually see the chat. I need to mute myself as well here first. I'm very patient about audio, so if I breathe to the microphone, just tell me, because nowadays when I'm editing like videos and stuff like that, I'm just like very much attention to detail for some reason. We have 12 minutes to the keynote though. So, what's going on? Basically, there's too much releasing. Like, this month was so crazy in terms of releases that... Wait, when did Resident Evil release? It was like last week or 2 weeks ago, I'm not even sure. I didn't even touch it since the overview, because we had so many other like big games releasing before. Thank you. Like, now I'm like on low echo, but I still have to record Song in the Smoke. What's more released? Like, there was so many releases this month. And I'm not even sure if I want more games from today's keynote, because then it's prolonging other playthroughs that I have to do. I really need to like a solid month of a break to just keep up with the footage, because new headset, well, I mean, we know already that Quest Pro is releasing. We're gonna have an announcement now, because I don't think it's releasing right away. How it was with Quest 2, I think it was the same thing, that it was announced on the Connect, and then it released like later on. But this one, I think, will release like next year, because we don't have leaks of boxes of the photos on the Reddit that is arriving to Targets or like other kind of companies. Hi Hugh. So it's not gonna be today. I'm not even sure what's gonna be today, because we know already about Quest Pro, that's for sure. There was some rumors about Quest Plus, but I don't think it was like lost in the mail or something. So 2 new headsets, probably not. Pro is more likely. And I wonder if it's not gonna be business focused as well. I mean, because when everything's releasing as a pro, it means like professional. It means like higher advanced specs and stuff like that. Not usually like business focused, but then like it's not gonna be the same price as Quest 2. I think that's like already obvious, because from the leaks that we've got on Reddit and stuff, like it was a little bit crazy in terms of specifications. I think it would support like full body tracking and stuff like that if you put like a mirror in your room or something like that. Some rumors, but yeah, definitely this year we are not having that many leaks that we had last year with Quest 2, because last year everything leaked. We have still 9 minutes. What are your predictions though? Like, what I want to hear is news about Assassin's Creed, because it's coming. and it's in the works already. I mean, alongside Assassin's Creed is Splinter Cell, because it's the same company. I wonder what happened with After the Fall, like the new kinda Arizona-ish zombie game from the same developers. I'm trying to remember what was announced. Basically, most of the things released before Connect today. So there's like little to expect after that, unless they will announce some huge things, but like this was so weird. I did not expect Resident Evil to release before Connect, because it was like such huge IP for VR, essentially. I mean, it's locked to Quest 2, but After the Fall delayed? Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to pay attention to everything nowadays, especially that's releasing, because there's, I mean, for some reason there is a tendency that everything is releasing at the same time. Like, I don't know what's this trend. That way I'm tired. Like, this month, I don't think I've slept in the night every Thursday. I think 2-3 Thursdays I did not sleep at all and had to make like 3-4, I don't think 5, I don't think I've reached that point, videos to do in one day and then just go straight to work. Like, that was crazy. So I don't want anything releasing. I mean, I want, but I don't want at the same time. Is the keynote... Wait, live, okay. 7 minutes. Let me change the scenery. It's so handy now that I have this laptop. Like, holy hell. I was actually editing with this on my vacation. I think I did the whole Sam Mac playthrough and Zombieland. So I was expecting to return with no footage home. But thank God. Okay, I have to pay attention to audio because last time it was a little bit rough. I think it's fine. I am doing I mean, I promised, and it would be a little bit stupid for me to not do the Resident Evil playthrough. For some reason, I have a hard time to go back into it. Sometimes I have a thing that it's not like I have to force myself, but certain VR mechanics, I think especially like the cutscenes in combat and stuff like that, like they bother me to the point that am I even playing the VR game anymore? It's like, I understand, you know, of course, it's a port. It's not like a game built up from ground up. I think the reasoning was that they would have to reshoot all the, not the footage, but like motion capture, every pretty much sequence that was like designed. I wonder if they could cut like some stuff in order to not transition to the cutscene. I think the cutscenes in between, like kicking the cultists and just transitions between that throw me off, because then going from black screen to like straight up in action, I have to find like half a second or like a second to get back into it and just like find the flow and remember where I was. It's not like I forgot. It's just, it's not like fluid. I don't know. I guess it's specific for me. But there's like a significant difference when you're playing a VR game from the ground up and a port. It still seems great, like a great game with a storyline stuff. But I feel like at this point I'm like, a little bit spoiled what's going to happen and stuff like that, because I saw a lot on Reddit, and it's not like I was searching for it. It was just basically thrown at my face. So, I don't know, say. But I am doing the playthrough, for sure. When? Good question. I actually have a day off on Monday, so maybe I'll start recording, because... Yeah, because I'm doing Lone Echo 2 now. I'll finish it probably this weekend, because I'm not doing much, surprisingly. Normally, I'm not even at home. More showcases of what new hardware can do, but keep it just out of reach. Actually, I don't want Quest 2 to get any more updates. Why? Because every update screws up everything. For some reason, there's a trend with Oculus that whenever they introduce a new feature, they destroy 10 other ones. And that was, I think, the most prominent was that I could not like download even things. I had to wait 10 minutes before it connects to the server or something like that. Crazy. I wonder if Quest 2 actually reached its capabilities. Maybe not in terms of hardware and the processor, but I feel like with possibilities, that might be actually the maximum capacity. In terms of software, not hardware. What would you say? Honestly, about Resident Evil, I mean, I'm known to not hold my back, that's for sure. And I guess I'm not everyone's cup of tea, but that's how it is. But yeah, I'll do the Resident Evil, sure. Okay, so, Quest Pro. Assassin's Creed, I really want news on that. I don't know if they will have like ready to go footage. We'll see. I'm pretty sure I'm missing something. Let me see fastly just the sound on my laptop though. I don't even have like a delay, which is nice. Okay. We'll see if... Just tell me when it's gonna start, if the live... Who's being louder? Me or the live stream? Everyone is doing live streams nowadays because you can't go to connect again. I wonder if I will go one day. I would love to, but with my current schedule, work and stuff, life, I barely am managing to do footage. Tension, there's no tension. I did not feel stressful in years.
In a few minutes, we're going to share our vision for the future. And with all the scrutiny and public debate, some of you might be wondering why we're doing this right now.
Scrutiny?
The answer is that I believe that we're put on this earth to create. I believe that technology can make our lives better, and I believe that the future won't be built on its own. It will be built by those who are willing to stand up and say, this is the future we want, and I'm going to keep pushing and giving everything I've got to make this happen. Now, I know that some people will say that this isn't a time to focus on the future. And I want to acknowledge that there are important issues to work on in the present. There always will be. So for many people, I'm just not sure there ever will be a good time to focus on the future. But I also know that there are a lot of you who feel the same way that I do. We live for what we're building, and while we make mistakes, we keep learning and building and moving forward. So for all of you who share these values, I dedicate today to you. In my mind, you're the heroes in our society who push the world forward. And as long as I'm running this company, I will do my best to celebrate this spirit and absolutely go for it.
Okay. He had the makeup on this time around because he was so pale last year that he looked like a ghost, but okay. So it was like a nice statement. Wait, forward-looking statement about the future of our business. Oh my god, the same video.
Where is the future going to take us? But the real question is, where are we going to take the future?
There are no closed doors, no walls.
Everything is good with audio stuff.
Holy mackerel, this is unbelievable.
Oh my god,
I have
decay.
brain surgeons in Edinburgh operating
CV,
on
I don't know.
patients in New Zealand.
You'll send emotions, feelings, memories.
Imagine a world where we are represented the way we want to be.
Wait, drag queen? Sasha? What?
You know, in the future, it just feels like long distance won't be so distant.
There's a big frontier. Where do you want to go?
And we're just
Horizon.
getting started.
Appreciate the pause.
I wonder, I think Horizon is gonna be like big
But don't be afraid.
news. Hopefully, I don't know.
The future.
It's dead for now, but... Okay. Cute, but sure. I wonder what's gonna be next, like AR, VR. They mixed up
And welcome to Connect.
last time.
Today, we're going to talk about the metaverse. I want to share what we imagine is possible. The experiences you'll have, the creative economy we'll all build, and the technology that needs to be invented, as well as how we're going to all do this together. The basic story of technology in our lifetimes is how it's given us the power to express ourselves and experience the world with ever greater richness. Back when I started Facebook, that mostly meant text that we typed on computers. Then we all got phones with cameras, and the internet became much more visual. And recently, as connections got faster, video has become the main way that we experience content. We've gone from desktop to web to phones, from text to photos to video, but this isn't the end of the line. The next platform and medium will be even more immersive, an embodied internet where you're in the experience, not just looking at it. And we call this the metaverse. And you're gonna be able to do almost anything you can imagine. Get together with friends and family, work, learn, play, shop, create, as well as entirely new categories that don't really fit how we think about computers or phones today. Now, since we're doing this remotely today, I figured let's make this special. So we've put together something that I think is really gonna give you a feeling for what this future could be like. We believe the metaverse will be the successor to the mobile internet. We'll be able to feel present, like we're right there with people, no matter how far apart we actually are. We'll be able to express ourselves in new, joyful, completely immersive ways, and that's going to unlock a lot of amazing new experiences. When I send my parents a video of my kids, they're gonna feel like they're right in the moment with us, not peering through a little window. When you play a game with your friends, you'll feel like you're right there together in a different world, not just on your computer by yourself. And when you're in a meeting in the metaverse, it'll feel like you're right in the room together, making eye contact, having a shared sense of space, and not just looking at a grid of faces on a screen. That's what we mean by an embodied internet. Instead of looking at a screen, you're gonna be in these experiences. Everything we do online today, connecting socially, entertainment, games, work, is gonna be more natural and vivid.
What the hell?
This isn't about spending more time on screens. It's
That's
about
not me,
making
right?
the time that we
Oh,
already
wait.
spend better. Screens just can't convey the full range
My
of human
grandma is
expression
calling
and
me.
connection. They can't deliver that deep feeling of presence. But the next version of the internet can. That's what we should be working towards. Technology that's built around
Sorry.
people and how we actually experience the world and interact with each other. That's what the metaverse is all about. Now, the best way to understand the metaverse is to experience it yourself, but it's a little tough because it doesn't fully exist yet. Some of the basic building blocks
Because
are here, though,
with streaming
and others
Facebook,
are
my
starting to emerge
Facebook
as
is
we speak.
working. That's so
We're starting
stupid.
to get a sense of how it could all come together and what it could feel like. So today we're going to do something a little bit different. Rather than just focusing on this year's products like a normal keynote, we're going to talk about the future. So let's start by exploring what different kinds of metaverse experiences could feel like, starting with the most important experience of all, connecting with people.
Side note, you want what direction I want the Horizon to go? With The Sims. I feel like simulating the real life would give like a
Imagine
unique
you put on your
thing
glasses
for
or
it.
headset
Oh my
and you're
god, stop.
instantly in your home space. It has parts of your physical home recreated virtually, it has things that are only possible virtually, and it has an incredibly inspiring view of whatever you find most
Oh.
beautiful.
Do we get
Hey, are you
Oculus
coming?
homes?
Yeah, just gotta find something to wear.
This seems like a new Oculus Rift.
Alright, perfect. Oh, hey, Mark. Hey, what's going on?
Yes. Uh-huh. I think that's it.
Floating in space? Who made this place? It's awesome.
Right? It's from a creator I met in LA.
This place is amazing.
Boz, is that you?
Of course it's me. You know I had to be the robot, man.
I thought I was supposed to be the robot.
Are those Horizon avatars? I don't think so.
I knew you were bluffing.
They kind of look
Hey, wait. Where is Naomi?
too good.
Let's call her.
Naomi.
So it's Facebook integration,
deal you in?
Messenger.
Sorry, I'm running late, but you've got to see what we're checking out. There's an artist going around Soho hiding AR pieces for people to find.
3D street art? That's cool.
Send that link over so we can all look at it. This is stunning.
Okay, that is something.
That's awesome.
I love the
They really
movement.
stepped up with the presentation.
It's disappearing.
This is amazing.
Hold on. I'll tip the artist and they'll extend it.
Wow. Brilliant.
If you guys like it here, I have another room that you're gonna love. Check out this forest room.
Huh, let's see.
I don't think that's Horizon. There's no way.
Fish that fly? That's new.
This is wild. Hey, one sec,
It's like
Boz, it's
traveling with your
Hey, you
people.
have to see this. Beast is going crazy.
Wait, what's up?
Priscilla. Oh, I love that guy.
Okay, so
You've got to show that
we
to
already know
kids.
there's gonna be
Can you
integration of
also
what's
send
up.
that to my dad?
I'll message him.
All right, see you at home. This place is great, Boz, but there's something I got to get back to. All right, so that's a glimpse of a few ways that we're going to be able to get together and socialize in the metaverse. It's a ways off, but you can start to see some of the fundamental building blocks take shape. First, the feeling of presence. This is the defining quality of the metaverse. You're going to really feel like you're there with other people. You'll see their facial expressions, you'll see their body language, maybe figure out if they're actually holding a winning hand. All the subtle ways that we communicate that today's technology can't quite deliver.
Oh,
Next, there are avatars, and that's how we're going to represent ourselves
Teaser for
in the
the
metaverse. Avatars will be as common as profile pictures today, but instead of a static image, they're going to be living 3D representations of you. Your expressions, your gestures, that are going to make interactions much richer than anything that's possible online today. You'll probably have a photorealistic avatar for work, a stylized one for hanging out, and maybe even a fantasy one for gaming. You're going to have a wardrobe of virtual clothes for different occasions, designed by different creators and from different apps and experiences.
like that.
Importantly, you should be able to bring your avatar and digital items across different apps and experiences in the metaverse.
You're right.
Beyond avatars, there is your home space. You're going to be able to design it to look the way you want, maybe put up your own pictures and videos and store your digital goods.
Just transfer
You're going to be able to invite
Oculus
people
rooms to
over,
Quest.
play games and hang out.
It's
You'll
obvious.
also even have a home office where you can work. Your home is your personal space from which you can teleport to anywhere you want. Now, speaking of teleporting, there are going to be all kinds of different spaces that people make. Rooms like the ones that we just saw, but also games and whole worlds that you can teleport in and
Doesn't
out of whenever you
VRChat
want.
has the most advanced avatars ever?
Teleporting around the metaverse.
I mean,
is
yeah,
gonna
I
be
know
like clicking
about
a link
the
on the internet.
style.
It's an open standard. In order to unlock the potential of the metaverse, there needs to be interoperability.
What the hell is this
That
word?
goes beyond just taking your avatar and digital items across different apps and experiences, which we are already building an
Right,
API
yeah.
to support. You want to know that when you buy something or create something, that your items will be useful in a lot of contexts, and you're not going to be locked into one world or platform.
Which is
You want
hard
to know
to do.
that you own your items, not a platform. Now, this is going to require not just technical work, like some of the important projects that are going on around crypto and NFTs in the community now. it's also going to take ecosystem building, norm setting, and new forms of governance. And this is something that we're really going to focus on. Privacy and safety need to be built into the metaverse from day one. You'll get to decide when you want to be with other people.
I mean, I experienced Horizon already, and it's not private at all.
Teleport to a private bubble to be alone.
So
You're going to be able to bring things from the physical world into the metaverse. Almost any type of media that can be represented digitally, photos, videos, art, music, movies, books, games, you name it. Now, lots of things that are physical today, like screens, will just be able to be holograms in the future. You won't need a physical TV, it'll just be a $1 hologram from some high school kid halfway across the world. And you'll be able to take your items and project them into the physical world as holograms in augmented reality too. You're going to be able to move across these different experiences on all kinds of different devices, sometimes using virtual reality so you're fully immersed, sometimes using augmented reality glasses so you can be present in the physical world as well, and sometimes on a computer
we'll create
or
proper
phone, so
glasses,
you can
okay?
quickly
Not
jump
smart
into the metaverse from
ones.
existing platforms. There are going to be new ways of interacting with devices that are much more natural. Instead of typing or tapping, you're going to be able to gesture with your hands, say a few words, or even just make things happen by thinking about them. Your devices won't be the focal point of your attention anymore. Instead of getting in the way, they're going to give you a sense of presence in the new experiences that you're having and the people who you're with. And these are some of the basic concepts for the metaverse. And while
That's
this may
hard.
sound like science fiction,
I think
we're starting to see
when
a
he's
lot
talking
of these
about avatars
technologies
and
coming
just
together. In the next 5 or 10
something,
years, a lot of this is
that's
going
gonna
to
work
be
for everything
mainstream.
created by them,
And a lot of us will be creating and inhabiting
but not like
worlds
games
that
or
are just as detailed
other
and
experiences
convincing as
vastly
this
different in
on a daily
coding.
basis. So even though it's still a long way off, we're starting to work on some of these foundational concepts today. Horizon is the social platform that we're building
Here we go.
for people to create and interact in the metaverse. One part of this is
What's
Horizon
real?
Home, which is our early vision for a home space in the metaverse.
Oh.
Horizon Home is the first thing that you'll see when you put on your Quest headset. Today, there are already a bunch of options to choose from, and in the future, anyone will be able to create one. We've just called it home until now because it's been missing something very important: people. Soon,
Here we
we're going
go.
to be introducing a social version of home, where you can invite your friends to join you as avatars.
Okay.
You'll be
What
able
about
to hang out,
customization?
watch videos together, and jump into apps together. Then there is Horizon Worlds, which is where you can build worlds and jump into them with people.
Okay, but
is
it's
designed
not
to make it
rooms
possible for
then.
everyone to create. And we're already seeing people build some really interesting experiences, from creating new games together to throwing surprise parties in VR that family and friends around the world can join. We started rolling out Horizon Worlds in beta last year, and we're adding more people and more worlds every day. And we also just launched Horizon Workrooms earlier this year.
So that's
for
what I said.
collaboration.
Branding across the
Beyond
platform.
Horizon, we're also making it easier to communicate with your friends across different layers of reality. This year, we're bringing messenger calls to virtual reality. You're going to be able to invite your friends to a messenger call, and soon you'll be able to explore somewhere together or join a game. Now, these are the kinds of tools that need to get built so that you can jump into the metaverse with your friends from
So
anywhere.
multiplayer home, but
And
I need
they're gonna
to
unlock some pretty amazing experiences.
like customizable.
Now, let's move on from some of these
create
basic
actually
concepts and people just connecting
your room.
to a completely different set of experiences around entertainment and gaming.
Maybe it's gonna be hard on Quest, but still it would be awesome. Like on Rift, it's amazing, but it's a dead platform, so.
Imagine your best friend is at a concert somewhere across the world. What if you could be there with her?
I'm packing all my sneakers. I never had a car.
Yo.
You're here.
Okay, that's a stretch. Standalone hologram at the real concert? I know what they're going for, but trying to imagine it. Wait, what?
Just tell the truth.
Okay. Now we're getting to what's actually possible for now.
Jumping in now.
What if there was an after party that anyone could go to? No
Okay,
matter
here
where
we
they
go.
were?
This is wild.
Hey, check this out. Charity auction happening.
Oh, there's swag.
And when
Oh.
you go to the after party, you could connect with other fans.
Yes.
Hear new
That
versions
direction.
of your favorite songs, and check out the merch that just dropped.
Ooh, I like that one.
Well, now you gotta get it.
You can start to see how the metaverse is going to enable richer experiences by letting us add new layers to the world that we can interact with. Creators
Yeah,
and artists
the presentation
are
is
going to be able to connect
stretched,
to their
but
audiences in new ways and really
This is,
bring
you
them
know,
into these
the
shared
vision.
experiences. Now, there's a lot that needs to get built to create experiences like this, but we're working on some of these pieces right now with Spark AR. First, we're building
With
tools
what?
that creators can
Spark
use
AR?
to place digital objects
Okay,
into
yeah.
the physical world
I got it.
and let
This
people
phone
interact with them.
thing.
And rather than just simple visual effects, new creator capabilities will support 3D objects that can respond and react realistically, including a realistic sense of depth and occlusion. In the next year, we're also adding
You need
the
classes
ability
for
for
it.
creators to connect different physical locations into cohesive augmented reality storytelling experiences, like guided tours or scavenger hunts. We're also
AR
building a
collectible.
Horizon marketplace.
We're going the Pokemon
where
route.
creators can sell and share 3D digital items. And our hope is that this will enable a lot more commerce and help grow the overall metaverse economy. Because at the end of the day, it is really the creators and developers who are going to build the metaverse and make this real. And to make sure that there's an ecosystem that can sustain
I like the
hundreds
chest
of
impact in
thousands
the
of people
background.
working on this, which is what we're going to need to bring this to life, then it's critical that creators and developers can make a good living doing this work.
Yeah, that's
Now,
important.
if you ask people today what they thought the metaverse was,
No one should
a
work
lot of
for
people
free.
would probably say
I
it was
do,
a spider
but
movie. But the people who actually follow the space would say it's about gaming. And that's because gaming provides many of the most immersive experiences, and it is the biggest entertainment industry by far.
I mean, it
Gaming in
built
the metaverse is going
VR
to
from the
span
ground up.
immersive experiences in fantasy worlds to bringing simple games into our everyday lives through holograms. Maybe you'll play old games in new ways.
So, Barcelona, huh?
Well, it's not New
They're
York.
still going
but
with it.
I like it.
New York misses you.
What's that?
I said, let me put my game face on so I can beat you.
Ah, okay. Check.
I gotta try another game face next time.
Maybe you'll go head to head with players from around the world.
It's like a shop.
Some call it skill.
Keep talking.
Or maybe you'll do things that aren't even possible in gaming today.
It's still AR, which is not really at all. I mean, I know what they're going for. The connecting and stuff.
Now this is more my style.
I mean, VR and AR for a modeler, I can imagine.
Oh, nice choice, Mark. Ready to shred. All right, here we go.
Whoa.
Whoa, hang in there, Mark.
Very exciting.
Hit this section, boom. All right, backflip. Ah, Yoo-hoo.
I've got an idea.
Hey, where are you going?
Gotta pump it to jump it.
Hey, what is it?
I didn't know that was an
Is it?
option.
It's not a VR game.
Ah, you're not
What,
gonna
what's
catch me now. Take that, unicorn. Oh, Tube City.
Kai, you're out of control.
Don't worry, I'll let you win next time. All good. Oh, that was a close one. You want to go again?
Maybe later. I'm gonna need a lot more sunscreen though.
Huh?
Oh man. Well, gaming is how a lot of people are going to step into the metaverse for the first time.
Yes.
It already has some of the most fully built out digital goods and the most active creator and developer communities. And major platforms like Epic are working to build out the metaverse, starting with gaming. For our part, we're heavily investing in building a healthy VR and AR ecosystem, so the game studios can keep building and gaming creators can keep creating. Now, Deb from our studios team is joining me, Deb, do you want to take us through some of the exciting games in the pipeline for Quest?
Oh.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Over the years, we've had the opportunity to work with incredible developers like Vertigo Games, the studio behind fan favorite Arizona Sunshine.
I love Arizona Sunshine. That game basically got me and my friends through the first few months of the pandemic.
That's awesome. If you enjoyed that, Mark, I think you'll be excited that we're partnering with Vertigo on 5 more great games from Deep Silver and others. We'll share more about this lineup very soon.
Nice. What else is coming?
Deep
Well,
Silver.
the metaverse is constantly evolving. So one of the most important aspects will be live service games that launch updates and new downloadable content regularly.
Yes.
Like Echo VR, Beat Saber, Onward, Pistol Whip, and more. We're focused on this a lot right now, making sure games can build out active communities. Beat Saber has a passionate community.
I love Beat Saber.
So do I. And Beat Saber just passed $100 million in
Fanatic.
lifetime revenue on Quest alone. It's a great example of a game that keeps releasing fresh content. They've actually been working on evolving the way
songs.
that you interact with the tracks and feel the music.
Okay,
Also,
no,
the team has
I'll
been
give
working on
in
something
to them.
really cool.
360
Check this out.
stuff, multiplayer. Okay. Okay, well that's a new saber, obviously.
I can't
Okay,
wait to
custom
play this.
sabers.
And they keep
About
partnering
they-
with
them
incredible
time.
artists to release new music packs all the time. Did you play the Billie Eilish music pack last month?
Yeah, a little more than I
Yeah.
should have. I probably should have been working more on this metaverse presentation.
Well, they have a great lineup of artists for 2022. And there's one more epic surprise before the end of the year. So stay tuned. Okay, have you played Population 1?
I mean, yeah, I love the game
Well,
so much that
For those who haven't, Population 1 is a thrilling battle royale that is only possible in VR. Since its
Popon
launch
got-
at Connect last year,
gets an
it
epic,
has become one
finally?
of the highest earning games on Quest and the biggest multiplayer FPS on the platform. You can have up to 24 people in at once for a match. We're super excited to keep launching big updates, like an all-new autumn event later in November and a Winter Wonderland update in December.
Winter Wonderland. I think what's people confusing is that event is not an update. I mean, technically, but Kingdom, yeah. Yeah, we know Halloween, yeah, double XP, whatever. Okay, well, yeah, Papan is good, but
Here's something I know
for some reason
our
I
community has
expect
been waiting for.
way more from them.
This is a title
I
from
don't
the
know why.
Warfrag team. This is the team
I feel
that
like they're
set
just
the
repeating the
standard
same
for VR
content
combat physics when
with
it launched
new
on
weapons
Rift
and
in
stuff. I mean, I
2019.
guess this battle royale,
That's
so
right. Blade
what
and
can you
Sorcery
change?
Nomad, the build for VR medieval fantasy
Uh-oh.
sandbox that pairs magic
Uh-oh.
with melee, is launching on Quest later this year.
Hold your wallets. Blend sorcery coming. I wonder with full functionality though. Okay, well that's gonna be huge. I never played it, but I already know. It's gonna be crazy. Okay, but looking even at the trailer, it's so fun. God damn, I may be transitioning to
More gaming updates?
a fan.
The 2022 Oculus Gaming Showcase. It's going to be loaded with news
Okay, well,
you won't want to miss. But Mark, I
damn.
believe you have some news for us as well.
Yeah, you know, I have to say, it's really impressive to see this lineup come together over the last few years, but there's one project that I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, this is one of the all-time greats, and we've been working for years to bring it to Quest.
Oh.
I'm excited to announce that the
2 years.
Rockstar Games classic Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is in development for Quest.
Oh my
2.
god!
This new version of
Even San Andreas, my favorite GTA.
will offer players an entirely new way to experience
Oh,
the iconic
oh my god.
That's it, Mark.
Oh my-
To the metaverse.
All right, thanks, Dad.
Oh my god, a CJ just going into
A lot
the
of
San
most
Andreas.
interesting
Oh,
games out there take advantage of how you can move around physically. Being able to look anywhere and move freely, it's just a fundamentally different experience
That's
than
huge,
staring
eh?
at a screen. This
I
quality of
love
being
San Andreas.
physically
That's my
embodied
childhood
and able to interact
GTA,
with the world and move
and
around
only that I
inside
played.
it, that opens
But
up some completely new experiences
god damn.
that didn't really make sense before on 2D
Keep
phones
coming.
or computers.
More exciting
And
stuff.
one example that we are seeing take
It's already
off
good.
is fitness. And speaking of that, I think it's time for my workout. A lot of you are already using Quest to stay fit. It lets you work out in some completely new ways. It's kind of like a Peloton, but instead of a bike, you just have your VR headset, and with it, you can do anything from boxing lessons, sword fighting, to even dancing.
Oh, I want actually more dancing applications. Like, workout is fun, but I wanna just move.
Even against an AI.
What the? God damn, they really are going for this presentation this year. The budget. Yeah, GTA?
Maybe you'll get some friends together
Hell
for some
yes.
3-on-3.
System seller. Maybe even bigger than Resident Evil. The GTA has crazy fan base. I guess including with me. Oh yeah. Some budget they had to get from Zuckerberg because they make one game every 10 years or something like that. But going to the VR? Oh yeah, that's the shit that I'm waiting.
Maybe you'll be able to train with the best, like you're right there with them. Like Lee Kiefer, Olympic gold medalist.
But I love that they chose from all the old school versions San Andreas. The San Andreas is really good, huh?
You seem like a natural.
Whoa, alright, that's a little too realistic. See you later, Lee. That was fun.
But they are going for those ports. I wonder if it's gonna be like the same style of port, but I feel like no, because you can play San Andreas in first person. So that might be way better port than Resident
Speaking of
Evil.
which, Supernatural just added boxing to its lineup. FitXR
Lovely.
has new fitness
Bring
studios
Supernatural to
coming
Europe,
next year,
like I can't review
and Player
it.
22 by Rezel, which is currently used by pro athletes, is adding guided and hand-tracked bodyweight exercises soon.
Is it
We're
actually
making
used by
a
pro
fitness
athletes?
accessories pack that makes Quest 2 more comfortable, with controller grips for when things get a bit intense, and a facial interface that you can wipe the sweat off of, making your sessions more comfortable.
What time are we
And
on?
that's all coming next year.
I don't know.
But enough with the fun and
Oh,
games.
half an hour already
It's
passed
time
then.
for everyone's favorite. Work. For the last year and a half, a lot of
Love
us
it.
who work in offices have gone remote. And while I miss seeing the people I work with, I think remote work is here to stay for a lot of people. So we're gonna need better tools to work together. Let's take a look at what working in the metaverse will be like. Imagine if you could be at the office without the commute. You would still have that sense of presence, shared physical space, those chance interactions that make your day
Who's that
all
avatar?
accessible from anywhere. Now imagine that you have your perfect work setup and you can actually do more than you could in your regular work setup. And on top of all that, you can keep wearing your favorite sweatpants.
Looking good. Let's get together real quick for a debrief.
They're showing a lot of AR
I'm
stuff.
free now. Let's jump in.
I
Hi.
don't even have glasses for it, but
So what do we think?
I think it's ready.
Great.
I'll prep it for the presentation.
All right. Good luck.
Imagine a space where you can tune out distractions and focus on the task at hand. And when you're ready to share what you've been working on, you can present it as if you're right
What's
there
happening?
with the team.
Wait, where's Mark?
I think he's in the middle of something.
You can already see some of these elements in Horizon Workrooms,
Ouais.
which we launched a couple of months ago. Later this year, we plan to introduce room customization, so you can put your own logos and posters in your workrooms. We're also introducing
Sorry,
a new
have
office
some
space in Horizon
technical
Hall
difficulties.
for when you want your perfect workspace to do some focused work or just cross a few things off your to-do list. We're also announcing 2D progressive web apps for the Quest Store. And as a new developer frameworks, they're easier to build. So you can drop in and check on a work project while you're in VR using services like Dropbox, Slack, or stay connected with Facebook and Instagram. This starts bringing more of your 2D internet services into the metaverse. And as we've focused more on work, and frankly, as we've heard your feedback more broadly, we're working on making it so you can log into Quest with an account other than your personal Facebook account. We're starting to test support for work accounts soon, and we're working on making a broader shift here within the next year.
I heard something breaking, but I know it's not
Not
with
everyone
me.
wants their social media profile linked to all these other experiences, and I get that, especially as the metaverse expands. And I'll share more about that later. But I'm genuinely optimistic about work in the metaverse.
Control.
We know from the last couple of years that a lot of people can effectively work from anywhere. But hybrid is going to be a lot more complex, when some people are together and others are still remote. So giving everyone the tools to be present, no matter where they are, whether it's a hologram,
I still have to try out Live.
meeting,
I wonder
or in a
how it's gonna
discussion
work
taking
with my
place in the
apartment.
metaverse, that's going to be a game changer. I
But
think this could be
I'd
very
love to have
positive
mixed
for our
reality
society
content on
and
my channel.
Giving people access to jobs in more places, no matter where they live, will be a big deal for
Like I
spreading
wonder some
opportunity to more
playthroughs from mixed reality.
Dropping our daily commutes will mean less time stuck in traffic and more time doing things that matter. And it'll be good for the environment. Actually, if you travel for work and working in the metaverse means that you just take one less flight each year, that's probably better than almost anything else that you can do for the environment. I think working in
And
the metaverse
for the budget.
is going to feel like a huge step forward. And these dynamics, like the ability to
Different
teleport
quest.
places
Yeah, I
with
have to
people
focus.
and
I was not paying
interact around
attention.
shared projects in virtual space, they're going to be valuable in a lot of
I don't
other
think it's gonna be
categories of
disconnected from
experiences,
Facebook.
too. So
You
now
think?
Marnie, our chief business officer, is going to take us through some of them.
I think different login will
Thanks,
mean
Mark.
that
We'll see you in a minute.
it's gonna cut off from your private data.
What if you could learn about anything in the world
I'm not on my
just
bed,
by
I'm
bringing
on a
it
chair.
closer to you?
So, we're gonna have an astrophysicist.
Like, you know, hiding the
Actually, I have to
names
write
from
this
and stuff like
paper.
that. That
We
Horizon
Let's take a closer
shows for some reason now, but
What part of the solar system are we talking about?
Saturn.
I guess professional or casual accounts. That's what I imagine.
If you were taking astrophysics, you could study in the metaverse.
What we'll say.
Did you know the rings are made up of billions of icy particles?
Really?
Look at this.
You ready to do that paper now, right?
I actually really like this presentation compared to the last year's. Last year's was a little bit bland,
metaverse,
but I guess they didn't have much time because
place, but
it was
any
in the middle of
time as well.
pandemic.
Ancient Rome.
But this kind of like
Imagine
mixes
standing on
very
the
well
streets,
VR,
hearing the
AR.
sounds, visiting the markets to get
Perfect.
a sense of the rhythm of life over 2,000 years ago. Imagine learning how the forum was built by actually seeing the forum get built right in front of you. Hi, everyone. I'm Marnie Levine. In the metaverse, learning won't feel anything like the way we've learned before. With a headset or glasses, you'll be able to pull
It's
up
a good
schematics
question
you're
here.
studying,
I mean,
or maybe even the service manual for a vehicle you're learning to repair. Let's say you're a med student or a doctor. With apps like OSO VR,
I'm thinking.
you can learn new techniques in surgery firsthand, practicing
Are
until you
are
get
those
it right.
applications already available?
Or if you're studying Earth science, you could swim through the Great Barrier Reef, get up close to
Yeah, I
Earth's
think, okay.
mightiest insects with your instructor, David Attenborough, whose
I mean,
VR
I think
documentary is playing
Facebook
now on
has
Oculus
to
TV.
step up their game in terms of
This is a world of intrigue, a world of
capture
wonder,
altogether.
a secret world
Because
hidden
it's a
from the
struggle.
human eye.
As a content creator myself and from the others, like
Explore the extraordinary world of
the recording,
Micromonsters 3D.
editing, everything involved in that is
This
probably
is
the
just
hardest
one of
thing
the
to
ways
do
we're going to learn in the future.
on YouTube.
But in order to get
Like
there,
it takes so much
we're gonna
time and
need to help
patience.
build the skill sets
I'm like a
of people who build
specialist
these
nowadays for it,
experiences.
but
So we're setting aside $150
I don't even want to remember
million
what
to
was
train
happening
the next generation
with Quest
of
1.
creators to build immersive learning content and increase
I lost
access
so much
to
footage back
devices.
then.
And to help more creators make a living building AR effects using Spark AR, we're going to establish a professional curriculum and certification process, make it easier to monetize, and put our Spark AR curriculum on Coursera and edX.
I don't know what that does.
So that's a
They're
glimpse
really
of the kinds
driving
of
the ground the
experiences that you might have in the
Spark
metaverse.
AR.
From
Is
connecting
it
with
that
friends to gaming and
Messenger
entertainment
like
to
AR?
work and education and creation and commerce. Now let's talk about how creators and developers are going to build all of this and about the economy that we all need to create. The last few years have been humbling for me and our company in a lot of ways. One of the main lessons that I've learned is that building products isn't enough. We also need to help build ecosystems so that millions of people can have a stake in the future, can be rewarded for their work, and benefit as the tide rises, not just as consumers, but as creators and developers. But this period has also
You
been
already have an
humbling,
ecosystem
because
though.
as big of a company as we are, we've also learned what it is like to build for other platforms. And living under their rules has profoundly shaped my views on the tech industry. Most of all, I've come to believe that the lack of choice and high fees are stifling innovation, stopping people from building new things, and holding back the entire internet economy. We've tried to take a different approach. We want to serve as many people as possible, which means working to make our services cost less, not more. Our mobile apps are free. Our ads business model is an auction which guarantees every business the most competitive price possible. We offer our creator and commerce tools either at cost or with modest fees to enable as much creation and commerce as possible. And it's worked. Billions of people love our products. We have hundreds of millions of businesses on our platform, and we have a rapidly growing ecosystem and
I don't
thriving
get
business.
his point now.
That's the approach that we want to take to help build the metaverse too. We plan to continue to either subsidize our devices or sell them at cost to make them available to more people. We'll
Yeah, I
continue
guess so.
supporting sideloading and linking to PCs so consumers and developers have
Sideloading.
choice rather than forcing them
Why
to
was
use the
that
Quest
mentioned?
store to find apps or reach customers. And we'll aim
At
to
least they
offer
are
developer and
aware of
creator
that, so-
services with low
Alright.
fees in as many cases as possible so we can maximize the overall creator economy, while recognizing that to keep investing in this future, we'll need to keep some fees higher for some period to make sure that we don't lose too much money on this program overall. After all,
I mean, I get it,
while
yeah.
a growing number of developers are already profitable, we expect to invest many billions of dollars for years to come before the metaverse reaches scale.
Yeah.
Our hope, though, is that if we all work at it, then within the next decade, the metaverse will reach 1 billion people, host hundreds of billions of dollars of digital commerce, and support jobs for millions of creators and developers. We'll try to lay out
I
how
think
some
a
of this
decade
commerce
is
model will work, but I also want to be upfront about
reasonable.
the fact that there's a ton that we just
That
don't know
might be.
yet. What I can tell
How
you,
it's gonna
though,
be.
is that we are fully committed to this.
Oh yeah.
It is the next
fully.
chapter of our work, and we believe for the internet overall. And our strategy and track record show that we will do everything we believe is sustainable to grow the community, the creator economy, and the developer ecosystem. And to tell us more about all of that, here's Vishal, our head of metaverse products.
Thanks, Mark. As you said, our approach is to serve as many people, creators, and businesses as we can by keeping fees as low as possible and offering choice. As a company, we have been investing in commerce and creators for many years. But let me take a moment and explain how this will all come to life in the metaverse. For people, the metaverse will offer more choice than we've ever seen before. And most importantly, there will be a real sense of continuity where the things you buy are always available to you. Today, much of what you buy on the internet is inside a single app, website, or game. You
Yeah,
might buy a
I get
custom
what she
skin for your
means.
gaming avatar, but you can't take it with you when you move to a new space. In the physical world, that would be the equivalent of buying your favorite sports team's jersey and never be able to wear it outside the stadium. In the future, you will be able to buy digital clothes for your avatar and then wear them into the metaverse more broadly. For creators, our goal is to provide a way for as many creators as possible to build a business in the metaverse. One thing we've learned from today's digital platforms is that we can't artificially limit innovation. We need to enable as many different types of creators as possible to unlock the best ideas. There will be many different kinds of creators in the metaverse. Creators who make digital objects, creators who offer services and experiences, and those who build entire worlds like game creators do today. We also want creators to have the biggest possible
I actually know some people that make a living on creating worlds
around avatars. Their
in
fans
old
should be able to
space.
buy it and then visit different spaces to show it off to their friends. Frankly, if a creator builds any experience, all of their fans should be able to enjoy it. Businesses will be creators too, building out digital spaces or even digital worlds. They'll sell both physical and digital goods, as well as experiences and services. And they'll be able to use ads
But
to
they're
ensure the
still
right
telling
customers
this
find what they've created.
availability
Speaking of buying things,
across
we're also
the
exploring new types
platform.
of ownership models and entitlements
I
to
feel like
ensure
it's
people feel
impossible
confident that they actually own something.
unless
This will make
Facebook
it
will,
easier for people to
will
sell
own
limited
literally every
edition digital
application.
objects like NFTs,
Well, like
display
I'm
them in their
saying,
digital spaces, and
all
even
across like
resell them to the
Horizon
next
content,
person
yeah.
securely.
Just now
In
split
short,
in free.
the metaverse will remove many of the physical constraints we see on commerce today and make entirely new businesses possible. While this is very exciting, the metaverse is all about co-creating. We're building this together with creators, developers, and entrepreneurs. So today, I've asked Jackie Aina to join me to start a conversation about what might be possible. Jackie is a beauty creator who launched her own lifestyle brand on Instagram called Forever Mood, where she sells candles with scents like cuffing
okay.
season and partners
know.
with major brands on makeup drops. So let's meet Jackie in
Did
her
you see
space.
the name? For VR.
Here we are in this digital space.
I'm so
totally inspired by
ignorant
you and all the
and
things that you
close in my little world.
Jackie,
I
I've
have
been
no
such
idea
a big
about
fan of yours for
currency,
such a long time.
NFTs,
Tell me a
nothing.
bit about how you got started in social media.
I know something from Reverman, but
Rewind back to
no
2009.
clue.
As it pertains to like beauty, I would go to like a makeup counter or go makeup shopping, and I always felt
Oh, that's
rejected. Always felt
intersegment,
other.
like
So
beauty
I got
segment.
so
What?
frustrated that eventually I was like, you know what? Not only am I gonna like not listen to them, but I'm gonna show other people how I'm making it work with my skin tone too.
How did you
How's
go
that
from creating content,
relating
creating videos
to
a product? You just
us?
have a brand called Forever Mood. It's huge on Instagram shopping.
So Forever Mood was not only a bit of a love
Yeah,
letter
well, that's a
to
filler.
me and my relationship with my mom.
I don't know anything about
bond with
NFTs.
fragrance ever since childhood,
Like,
but it's been doing amazing.
is
and
it
we've
some
actually
kind
getting
of
a lot of support.
Jackie, the space is pretty
valued
magical,
content
and I know it kind
virtually?
of reflects the
Something
stuff
like that?
you love. Like, tell me a bit about what you love and why this
I
represents.
think I have to Google
Okay,
the
so first
definition.
thing, color is everything. I love pastels. You can see it in the brand. You can see it like
Oh
a
yeah,
lot of
I'm
times in
so
what I
interested
wear.
that you
With
love
the
pastels.
metaverse, when we're curating collections or even just brainstorming, this would be a great way to like gather us all together.
It's like
and
token, I
literally
don't
kind
know
of
what.
create atmospheres and environments and moods to just kind of enhance creativity. And then
Virtual
if I
token.
can invite people, it would be like
Like
inviting them in my
collections,
home.
okay.
You know what I mean? It'd be like bringing them into a piece of me. So I would want them to feel some of the things that I feel when I step into my house.
I
or
feel
when
that's
I
like,
light
I'm
my candles.
either too old for this or
in comments and having a conversation is
it's
a
too
way
complicated to
kind of
explain
get your fan excited about
immediately.
but also you feel like you get
What's this whole crypto NFT stuff.
And so this idea of reaching kind of into the comment section and pulling a fan in and having a conversation
I love
Oh my god, I hate this word.
that person on
Let's
the other
start
end,
conversation.
of that comment. I think there's a really interesting opportunity to think about
Let's end the
how we build
conversation.
community and how we engage with our fans in a really deep way as opposed to just through a comment box.
Digital asset only, never
Imagine
in real
for
life
your
world. Yeah,
biggest fans, you could have an exclusive launch
I feel like that
party
it's very
where
exposed to
anyone can
scams
visit,
and stuff
no
like
matter
that
where
for
they
some
were
reason. Like, that's the first thing that comes to my mind.
Love that because when we first launched the brand, everything was shut down because obviously quarantine.
I think
We
the
couldn't
best
go anywhere.
example
And
is
I had this idea of doing like
not VR chat avatars, but I heard something about
where
VR
we
chat
would
marketplace.
have a room inspired by each
I don't know if
scent.
it's
now,
going
anyone
on.
from anywhere in the world
Like buying stuff
come and
there
feel
and
what
then
you just
kind of like
described. Have that feeling, have that
having
sense,
that in VR
really
chat.
get into that mood. Also, you have
I
your
have-
greatest fans, the people that care a lot about you, the ability to reach new customers, use
Oh
advertising
my god, move on from
to
this
keep
section.
growing your business. You could also drop an exclusive product in the metaverse, where only available to your most ardent fans who paid special access to get to that product.
That's dope.
Commerce
That's
is going
dope.
to be a big part
Because I'm
of the metaverse.
getting money.
You'll be able to sell both digital and physical products. The butterfly effect transports us someplace magical.
Okay, that's crazy. What is this?
So beautiful.
So Jackie, as we walk through this amazing world, what does the metaverse mean to you?
I just feel like this is like
Money.
endless possibilities with my imagination.
I can't even begin to imagine how meaningful the metaverse will be, thanks to creators like you.
Yeah, because the contribution will be huge. Oh,
There's
thanks.
a lot here to be excited about. Just like the internet today, more people are going to have the freedom to find a business model that works for them, whether that's custom work, tipping, subscriptions, ads, or other monetization tools that may only make sense in the metaverse. Now think about how many people make a living on the internet today. How many of those jobs just didn't even exist a few years ago? I expect that the metaverse is going to open up lots of opportunities for people in the exact same way. Now, we have confidence in this general direction, and we're investing significantly in building for this future, but the reality is that no one knows exactly which models are going to work and make this sustainable. So we're going to approach this with humility and openness, and we're going to work with anyone whose efforts will help bring the metaverse to life.
Mm-hmm.
So now Boz is going to join us to talk about what people are already building for the metaverse and what kinds of tools we can create.
Here we go, Boz.
Hey Boz, I'm still kind of jealous of your robot avatar.
Yeah, man, you gotta have the robot when you're working your dance moves, right?
I mean, of course.
Cringe.
Look, Mark, we've been working on Facebook Reality Labs for a long time. But we always kept
Oh
the
my
same
god, he
vision,
looks
which is that we
exhausted.
want to build tools that help people feel connected anytime, anywhere. And that vision is what drives us today, to help people get together in virtual spaces. We've come a long way since the early days of VR, thanks to the developers and the creators who see the potential to entertain and to educate. But of course, we still have a lot farther to go. So to keep the pace of innovation moving faster and empower more use cases, we do have a few exciting announcements.
Today, we're introducing the Presence platform, which is a broad range of machine perception and AI capabilities that empower developers to build mixed reality experiences on Quest 2. Now, you want to tell us more about the Presence platform?
You know, we've said before that realistic presence is the key to feeling connected in the metaverse. And the Presence platform's capabilities are what's going to deliver on that promise. Things like environmental understanding, content placement and persistence, voice interaction, standardized hand interactions. In fact, let's start with hands. I mean, the human hand is an engineering
Oh yeah, hand tracking.
and bringing hands
Great.
into VR was no easy feat. It required a lot of collaboration against product, design, research, but we continue to improve that product, finding new ways to navigate with gestures and interact with VR. So today, we're introducing the Interaction SDK, a library of modular components that
Okay,
will make it
it's
easy
for
to add
the
hand
developers.
interactions to your apps.
But I love
That's pretty
more
exciting.
hand tracking
Yeah,
stuff.
we really think that this is going to help people accelerate the build time for new and existing titles that allow people to use their hands more naturally in more virtual experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in addition to hands, there's another exciting interaction space for VR. That's your voice. The Voice SDK lets developers integrate voice input into their games and apps so they can create new gameplay and navigation. So soon, you'll be able to jump into a FitXR workout.
Yeah, for me
and
it's
shift
hard
your
because when
routine
I'm recording,
just by saying,
like,
surprise me. Oh, yeah, I've tried this one before. This one's really tough.
Yeah, me too. It is.
I
Since
feel like
we
it's
launched
like
the pass-through API, we've already seen breakthrough
not
experiments
synergizing
from
with
developers
the
that blend the virtual and the real
content
world.
creating, but
Soon, with our next SDK release, developers will be able to ship their mixed reality apps on the Oculus Store and an App Lab. Now, of course, access to pass-through by itself is
mixed
not
reality
enough.
apps.
To achieve that rich mixed reality experience, apps also need to be aware of things in the room and, you know, blend the virtual objects with the physical
What does
environment
that
around
mean
them so they can
exactly? Like,
coexist in the same space. So developers want to be able to place
live
you know,
on the
persistent
on the store?
world-locked content like animated holograms or your Instagram feed in your real space. And tools like spatial anchors and scene understanding capabilities
Virtuoso.
will help make these mixed reality experiences feel seamless. Now, I'd gladly nerd out with you on the technical details of this with you.
I know.
But I think it's better to show you. Load the world beyond. This is Oppie. Oppie, come on, Oppie. Who's a good persistent state virtual object layered on an interactive pass-through environment?
Pass-through
Oh,
mixed
you are.
reality.
Yes, you are.
With
Oppie,
VR.
sit. Pets in the metaverse, man. Just as stubborn as they
Interesting.
are in the physical world.
You know, Boz, I always really wanted a forest in my living room.
Did you?
Not really. I'm
Ew.
looking forward to how developers are going to be able to build a new generation of mixed reality experiences on Quest 2. And it also gives us a glimpse of the kind of worlds that people are going to be able to build.
Now let's talk about augmented reality. With Spark, we really focused on those use cases that allow people to both stay engaged with the world around them, but also stay connected to the people that they're not around.
Is everything
And creators are really
working?
leading the way here. And we're doing everything we can to support them with our know-how, with our resources, and of course, with tools. And for more on that, I'd like to say hi to Sue, the product director at Facebook Reality Labs and the head of Spark AR.
Thanks, guys.
Still Spark
AR
AR.
is focused on building AR experiences that empower people to be more connected and at the same time, more present with the world around them. And creators are helping us build these experiences of today while exploring the possibilities of tomorrow. Fundamentally, we're democratizing AR creation and enabling a global community with the tools and knowledge necessary to develop the AR content and experiences that people love to use.
They're really putting AR on the
Programs
spotlight.
like
this
AR
time.
Curriculum enrolled over 22,000 creators in less than a year, and we're adding additional programming to support more advanced creators. And the depth and breadth of content would not be possible without these creators. In 1 week alone, you'll see effects that bring moments like landing
Oh my god,
on
I
Mars
still don't get it.
or the launch of a new
Last year I
album
saw it
to
and
life,
like
all by tapping into everyone's imaginations.
still
We're
not
also
into
powering
it.
experiences across Facebook. So imagine playing that AR battleship game from your phone with a friend in the metaverse or on an augmented call. How cool, right? Right now, we have over 600,000 creators in our community with diverse needs and motivations for using AR to engage with their fans and audiences. We know people, more than 700 million monthly across the Facebook family of apps, are already using AR a ton. We see over 80 billion effects applied per month. And we
Yo,
wanna make it
is
even
this fun?
easier
I
for
mean,
anyone to find
I don't get the whole
So created a
filters
tool
and stuff like that. I guess
called
I'm too old.
Controller that makes AR creation
26,
possible for novice
but too
creators
old.
who have no prior experience in art, 2D or 3D design, or programming. Think paint by numbers. So creators whose first love might be photography, video, or dance can
Okay,
enhance
so
their content for their own special effects.
yeah, I don't get
And
it.
that's an
I guess
important
it's
piece
just
of
not
this
my
vision
thing.
and this community. It's open to anyone
Walk
and
through whole
everyone
house without triggering the
who's
boundary wall.
curious. And the metaverse is well positioned to be a strong digital economy
Well,
for creators
you can do that.
from all walks of life.
You should
This is
set up
primitive
boundaries
to a functioning metaverse.
outside of your house.
And we want
You'll
to make
hit
sure
something,
creators are
but
ready to share their creativity and capitalize on this
You
emerging opportunity
achieved your
from
goal.
day one.
Thanks, Sue. So that's some of the software platform that needs to get built to deliver the metaverse. But there are other important considerations
I don't
here
think
too.
that's a big part, but sure.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, Mark. Hope I'm not interrupting. You got a sec? Have you got Oppie with you?
I think Oppie's still in the virtual forest, but I always have time for you. What's going on?
Look, I just love the presentation so far. It's such visionary stuff.
Yeah,
but
it's
as
actually
you
good.
mentioned early on, with all big technological advances, there are inevitably going to be all sorts of challenges and uncertainties. And I know you talked about this a bit already, but people want to know how we're going to do all this in a responsible way, and especially that we play our part in helping to keep people safe and protect their privacy online.
Yeah, that's right. This is
Wait, are they
incredibly
in the same room?
The way I look at it is that in the past, the speed that new
This looks so
technologies
similar.
emerged sometimes left policymakers and regulators playing catch up. So on the one hand, companies get accused of charging ahead too quickly, and on the other, tech people feel that progress can't afford to wait for the slower pace of regulation. And I really think that it doesn't have to be the case this time round, because we have years until the metaverse we envision is fully realized. So this is the start of the journey, not the end.
Like I said earlier, interoperability, open standards, privacy, and safety need to be built into the metaverse from day one. And with all the novel technologies that are being developed, everyone who's building for the metaverse should be focused on building responsibly from the beginning. This is one of the lessons that I've internalized from the last 5 years. It's that you really want to emphasize these principles from the start. So at Connect last year, Boz outlined our responsible
wait.
innovation principles, and the first
I'm
one
seeing
was
the
never surprise
Quest Store.
people.
Right.
Instagram
And
is there.
that means being transparent about how
What?
things work. what data is collected, and how that data is
but
used
it's
over
just a
time.
flat screen,
It also
okay.
means giving people easy-to-use safety
Spike
controls,
email?
as well as age guidance and parental controls for when youngsters are
Okay.
using these products.
And we're
Smart
spending a lot of
shit.
time talking with experts and getting perspectives from
And
outside the company
Terminus.
on what we're
Yeah, I'm
building,
gonna do the
even
Terminus
before we build it.
after the
And
live stream.
This is about designing
That was
for
my plan.
safety and privacy and inclusion before the product
Apparently it's rough, but
And one example
we'll see.
is what we're doing with Project Aria, our research device that helps
Project
inform the
Aria.
AR glasses that we're building. We're also funding external research on this. You know, last year we announced grants for research on the impact of AR, VR, and smart devices on people who aren't currently using them, especially communities whose perspectives have often been overlooked, as well as best practices for creating inclusive environments in virtual spaces. And this year, we're opening up support for even more research because we need those independent perspectives to make sure that we're living up to another one of our principles, consider everyone.
And that point is so important because this is a collaborative exercise.
I don't like
And in
this.
particular, we need to make sure the human
Not
rights, and civil rights
non-concrete
communities
talk.
are involved. So these technologies are built in a way that's inclusive
Conversation.
and empowering.
One of the advantages of starting right now is that we can collaborate with people at the very early stages of development, like what we're doing through the new fund that you announced a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
It's
the
already 1 hour
XR
past.
Programs and
Damn.
Research Fund. It's a 2-year, $50 million investment in programs and external research with organizations all over the world, like Howard University, Women in Immersive Tech, Africa No Filter, and universities in Seoul, Hong Kong, and Singapore. And this is crucial because, as we've said, the metaverse isn't something we're building so much as it's something we're building for.
Across the industry, we need to bring
Still
that same
having
imagination and
in the back of my
commitment
mind
to building for
San Andreas,
interoperability,
like
openness,
I'm
safety, and privacy,
remembering
as we
the
do for all
memories of
other
it,
product aspects
the
of
missions with big
These have
smoke,
to be
like
fundamental building blocks, just
the
like
what's the
other
iconic one? A
software
train
and
one.
experiences that we've been talking about.
Right.
All right, thanks, Nick.
I wonder how,
So, one thing that we
on what
haven't talked about
stage
much
it's
yet
in the
is the future of
development.
hardware that will help bring the metaverse to life. We're working on multiple
Hardware?
new products to advance the state of the art, unlock richer social interactions, and make it a lot easier to be productive. That must be Angela, our head of VR devices.
Okay, let's go VR.
Hey, Angela.
Hey, Mark.
Is that what I think it is?
I sure hope it is.
All right, come on in.
Secret stuff. What the hell's the suitcase?
So, what do you think is the most exciting thing that we're working on right now?
That's hard to say. You know, we have such an exciting pipeline. But next year, we are releasing a new product that'll push the boundaries of VR even further.
Okay, Quest Pro.
We've codenamed it Project Cambria.
So, this isn't the next Quest.
What?
It's going to be compatible with Quest, but Cambria will be a completely new, advanced, and high-end product, and it'll be at the higher end of the price spectrum, too. Our plan here is to keep building out this product line to release our most advanced technology before we can hit the price points that we target with Quest. All right, so let's talk about some of the new advances here.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
There's a ton of new tech going into Cambria. For example, your avatar will be able to make natural eye contact and reflect your facial expressions in real time. This way, people you're interacting with will have a
face
real
tracking.
sense of how you're actually feeling. It does mean building more sensors into a form factor that's comfortable to wear for a while. And because we want VR to be for everyone, we also have to make sure avatars represent a diverse set of human facial features and skin tones, as well as paying attention to things like glasses and beards that might get in the way of some of the
It's
sensors.
not that diverse in emotions,
That's
but
going to be a big step
it's better than
forward for
nothing.
social presence, and I'm really glad that we're focused on making it inclusive from the start. Now, what about unlocking more mixed
coming
reality
next year.
experiences? I mean, imagine working at your virtual desk with multiple screens while seeing your real desk so clearly that you can pick up a pen and write notes without taking your headset off. Or, you're doing a workout with a virtual instructor in your living room.
It's going to be so cool. We're already seeing the potentials of these
I
kinds of
like that.
experiences today as people are building for our pass-through API. But with Cambria, we'll be taking this to the next level with high-resolution, colored, mixed reality pass-through. We essentially combine an array of sensors with
Mixed
reconstruction
reality
algorithms
pass-through.
to represent your physical world in the headset with a sense of depth and perspective.
Now, we're still a ways away from exactly matching what our eyes see in the physical world, but we're pretty encouraged by how far we've been able to advance the pass-through experience so far.
Definitely, but we also need to push the visuals to the next level. So let's talk about the progress that we're making on optics.
Yeah, we're pushing the limits of display technology and form factor with something called pancake optics. They essentially work by folding light several times over to achieve a slimmer profile than current lenses. Now, with several optical layers, we'll need to precisely control every aspect of design and fabrication to achieve that high-quality, artifact-free display and really just deliver the best optics ever in one of our headsets.
That's pretty awesome.
Okay.
But let's make sure that we leave some of the good stuff for next year's release, too. All right, now, I'm excited to keep building out
So when it's
this
gonna
new
actually
product line
release
over
then?
future generations, so we can keep getting our most advanced technology
Next
into people's
Connect?
hands even before we can get it into our Quest product line.
That's our goal. We're starting to work with developers to build experiences for Cambria as we speak. And we're looking forward to sharing so much more with y'all next year.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Now, beyond virtual reality, we are also focused on the hardware to make true
So I guess
augmented
Cambria is
reality
Quest
possible.
Pro. Like,
In a lot of ways, augmented reality is even harder. Not just because we need to invent a completely new optical stack that's not based on screens, but because we basically need to fit a supercomputer into a pair of normal-looking glasses. So we're approaching this problem from two directions. First, how much technology can we pack into a pair of normal, great-looking glasses today? And second, how do we take the long-term tech stack to do everything and keep miniaturizing and improving it until it fits into a pair of normal, good-looking glasses? On the first path, last month we launched Ray-Ban Stories.
yeah,
Our first
I was
smart
looking into
glasses
it,
in
and
partnership
I
with
don't
SLR
like
website.
stories.
They're not full
Like,
AR glasses yet, but they let you take pictures and videos, listen
yeah,
to
it's
music,
not
and take phone calls while you're
revolutionary
out
enough for
looking
me
at the
to buy
world
it.
instead of down at your phone.
And I was
We
thinking
built
about
leading privacy features
functions,
into the glasses, like the LED
and
light
I
whenever we're
only think that
recording,
it's good for
which
like
phones don't
vacation
even
time
have. And
when
we
you don't want
delivered
to
this
pull up
in the
your
iconic
phone.
Ray-Ban style
That's it.
for just $2.99. These are all
It's not
steps along the
just.
path to an embodied internet. But the ultimate goal here is true augmented reality glasses, and we've been working on that too. And today, I want to show you an experience that we've been working on for Project Nazare, which is the code name for our first full augmented reality glasses.
Okay.
Here, you'll see you're chatting with friends on WhatsApp and planning a game night. You can select a game, and then, as you walk over to your kitchen, you can easily just put your game onto the table and you're off. And that's the kind of experience that augmented reality will unlock.
But what
There's
about
a
those
lot of
avatars?
technical
Like,
work to get this form factor and
what's the
experience.
tracking of it?
We have to fit hologram displays, projectors, batteries, radios, custom silicon chips, cameras, speakers, sensors to map the world around you,
But it
and
looks
more
realistic enough,
into
so,
glasses
I mean-
that are about 5 millimeters thick. So we still have a ways to go with Nazare, but we are making
With a
good
vision.
progress. I'm excited about our future roadmap, but even that's still early in a journey that's going to go on for decades. Immersive all-day experiences will require a lot of novel technologies. And for the last 7 years, our research team has been working on a broad array of technologies that are necessary for these next-generation platforms. Michael Abrash leads this team, and he's going to join me to talk about some of the future technology that we're developing. Hey, Michael, do you want to take everyone through our roadmap?
Sure. That covers a lot of ground, though. It's going to take about a dozen major technological
some
breakthroughs
roadmap.
to get to the next generation metaverse, and we're working on all of them. Displays, audio, input, haptics, hand tracking, eye tracking,
Okay.
mixed reality, sensors, graphics,
Oh my god.
computer vision, avatars, perceptual science, AI, and more.
Yeah, you're right. That's a lot.
Yeah.
We probably only have time for a couple right now. You want to pick a few?
Well, I think the metaverse is really going to be first and foremost about connecting people, so I'd say let's start with avatars.
Yeah, I agree. The goal here is to have both realistic and stylized avatars that create a deep feeling that we're present with people.
Exactly, and we've shown codec avatars before.
Well,
Right.
what can your face do? Can you show us?
Well,
That was 2 years ago?
And it's a remarkable experience to see codec avatars in VR, and photorealistic avatars will be a huge breakthrough. But they're only part of the picture.
Yeah, because you're not always going to want to look exactly like yourself. That's why people shave their beards, dress up, style their hair, put on makeup, or get tattoos. And of course, you'll be able to do all of that and more in the metaverse.
So this next video shows how we're making progress on part of that with hair and skin rendering and relighting for 3D avatars.
Oh wow.
She's going for a medical field. I think she was interested into...
Now, I want to point out this technology is still very definitely research, but it shows the really high level of fidelity that avatars are ultimately going to need to reach. Notice that you can see the individual pores on his skin.
Right.
Now, clothing is another important way to express yourself. And whether you want to simulate your actual garments, say you're making a quick call with your grandmother, or maybe you just want to be wearing a stylish blue Oxford shirt like me, you're going to need the ability to simulate clothing. So here's an early look at hand-cloth interaction. And you can see how the movement of the cloth when the hand touches and stretches it is really remarkably accurate.
Now, to use your avatar to teleport to a meeting or sit down for a chat in the metaverse, you'll also need realistic virtual spaces to be with people in. So let's look at that. Contrary to how this looks, this is actually not a video of the physical world. It's a 3D reconstruction of a mock apartment, which I guess just became clear when that bowl took off by itself.
Exactly. So what you can see here is that a researcher is moving around various objects on the right, and then on the left you can see the high-fidelity real-time rendering of the space in the moving objects on the left without the researcher. So what's critical here is that this is all happening in real time. That's what's novel here, and that's what differentiates it from CGI. So what we've seen so far is pretty awesome, but we all know what we want. We want the whole package, a full-body avatar in a virtual environment, so you're just there. Last year, we showed our very first full-body codec avatar at Connect. Here to tell you more about our progress since then is Yasser Sheikh.
Hi there. My name is Yasser, and I direct the Facebook Reality Research Lab in Pittsburgh. Well, that's not completely true. What you're seeing is actually a rendering of my pre-recorded codec avatar. Over the past couple of years, we've made quite a bit of progress with codec avatars. My avatar can now look left, look right, look up, look down, make facial expressions.
Here, you can see Elaine is in VR on the right. You can see her view of Yasser's avatar and the reconstructed real-world space that it's in on the left as she moves around the avatar. What you see on the left is an entirely virtual
using a Rift.
This gives you a sense of a future in which you'll be able to interact with another person's realistic avatar in virtual reality in real time. Now, preventing others from using your avatar will be critical. That's why, even though this is early stage research, we're already thinking about how we could secure your avatar, whether by tying it to an authenticated account or by verifying identity in some other way.
So we're trying to make his work where we are being controlled.
Of course, we also want to be able to actually do things in the metaverse. And while seeing your hands in VR and manipulating virtual objects,
I guess my stance on Facebook is that I have no idea.
We're going
like,
to need an even easier and more intuitive
everyone
way
has their
to interact
intentions.
with virtual content when you're on the go
That's,
wearing AR glasses. And we believe that neural interfaces are going to be an important part of how we interact.
I feel like it's not going to be that bad as everyone thinks. Like, you know,
EMG
Facebook controlling everything and stuff like that. Like,
combined with contextualized AI.
No one cares.
It turns out that
at the end of the day,
we all
like,
have unused neuromotor pathways, and with simple and perhaps even
I feel like
imperceptible
people are very
gestures,
sensitive nowadays
sensors
for
will
many
one day be able
things,
to
but
translate those neuromotor signals into digital commands.
how
that
Facebook
enable
is
you to
committed and
control
stuff
your
like that. I mean,
devices. It's pretty wild.
I believe they
So
have good
let's take a
intentions.
look at what EMG
Maybe
input
sometimes
is
not the
going
best
to be able to do and where we are with it today.
results.
This video shows
It's
some of
not-
the ways
but I
that
don't think it's gonna
we
be
think that wrist-based neural
crazy.
interfaces can provide an important input tool for AR glasses. So at first, that
Cloud
input
render?
is going to just be around enabling basic gestures, click, scroll, select. But
Oh,
as the
it's
technology
this,
evolves,
hand
EMG
thingy
input could potentially
that they showed
unlock
last year.
full-speed typing,
2 years.
and
I
it
don't know.
could give you subtle, personalized controls that you can use in any situation. This is genuinely unprecedented technology. So let's look at an early prototype that shows how it could be used in AR. This experimental UI shows for the first time how EMG input could one day allow you to send a message
Well, I mean,
in
they
AR
were doing
with
the
your hand
rendering
resting comfortably
through
at your side without ever having to look at a screen.
Rift.
Notice how the
So-
researcher used an overt and highly visible click gesture to send the first message.
I mean, it just makes sense to
We've
put
made
it
a
in
lot of
cloud.
progress over the last year, and we're now able to do the same thing with the smallest of
What is he
movements of the
doing?
hand. EMG enables this by picking up subtle
Jesus.
neuromotor commands
That's
with
writing.
remarkable precision.
So basically what you're saying is that you're going to be able to send a text message just by thinking about moving your fingers. That's going to be pretty amazing. But I guess it's just one part of the equation, because the other is AI that understands your context and can give you a simple set of choices based on that context. So let's take a look at an AI interaction model that we've built using Project Aria, our initiative to accelerate research into AR glasses and live maps that we talked about last year.
Remember the
They're
mock
doing the same
apartment
thing
we
that
saw
last
earlier?
year.
Well, we've indexed every single
Putting some
object
exciting
it,
stuff in the
including not only
beginning,
location, but
filling
also
stuff
the
with
texture, geometry,
the
and
visionary in
function
the
of each
middle.
one. We fed
And I
all
think
that
we'll have
information into
something
the
more
Project Aria
exciting later
glasses
on.
Ming-Fei is wearing in this next
We have
demo.
like
And the reason is to
minutes left.
simulate how AR glasses will ultimately be able to access data from a 3D map that will help them identify the real-world objects in the space around you and better understand your context so they can help you.
Oculus put the trailer for
What's
Horizon
happening
Home,
here is that
but
the glasses are calculating where
they showed
Ming-Fei
it's
is in
like
the world,
home
locating and
multiplayer,
identifying
not a
all the
full
nearby
Oculus Room
objects
switch.
based on the index mentioned earlier,
I really
and
hoped it's
figuring
gonna
out
be a
which of those
thing.
objects Ming-Fei is interested in by observing her eye movements.
I guess maybe it's not
That
very
contextual information in turn
possible now,
enables
but
the system to offer proactive assistance to Ming-Fei in a variety of ways. Here, the
okay.
system knows that she
Navy
may want
comments
to turn on
commented
the TV,
that he
so when she
hopes
clicks while looking
that
at it,
home
the system
environments are
turns on.
customized, but that's not what they showed in the
Ultimately, her
trailer.
AR
So
glasses will tell her what her available actions are at any time.
Hey assistant, where's my favorite mug?
We're also working on a voice interface that will let you locate any object.
what?
Here, the system is displaying the current location of the mug. In the future, it might tell her where it is using speech or text.
Okay, that's
or
crazy.
it
Okay,
might highlight the location
because
in
it's
her
in
glasses.
cameras all over the home.
Really, it's an early look at the sort of intuitive, low-friction
Sad technology is
interface
going
that
to control
AI plus
everyone
EMG
from one
input
person. They didn't
will
show, but
enable
they
in the
plan to do
future.
it.
This is how we'll all be interacting one day.
Thanks, Michael.
Yeah,
That was
I
awesome.
mean that's the trajectory
Alright.
for the technology.
So I hope that that gives you a sense of some of the technical challenges.
I don't know
that
if
working
we're
on
talking about
to deliver
privacy,
deep
but
and immersive experiences in the metaverse. A lot of what we've shown today isn't going to be
essentially
available in the
the
next year or two. Some of this is still a long way off. But this
progress
is some of
is
the most
just
exciting
to
stuff that I've ever gotten to work on. And
pull
I'm
off
just
every effort that
incredibly
you're doing
energized to be on this journey with all of you.
and put on the technology.
And there's one more thing that I
I
want
don't
to
know.
tell you
I feel like
about
I'm
today.
just too close-minded for stuff
I believe
like
the metaverse is the next chapter for the
visionary like that.
And it's the next chapter for our company too. So I've been thinking a lot about what this means for our company and who we are as we embark on this journey. We're a company
is he?
that focuses on connecting people. While most other tech companies focus on how people interact with technology, we focus on building technology so people can interact with each other. One of the reasons I started Facebook was that at the time you could use the internet to find almost anything. Information, news, movies, music,
Yeah, but at the
shopping,
same time, every company
for the
has
thing
your
that
own
matters
data.
most of
So
all,
I mean,
people.
Facebook
Today,
more than
we're
the others.
seen as a social media company.
I feel like Google
In our
has
DNA,
most. But
we're a company that builds technology to connect people. And the metaverse is the next frontier, just like social networking was when we got started.
I don't know. I'm not really good
Facebook
into
was
the,
born in a
those
specific time and
concepts.
place. A college campus, the web. It was
I
what
feel
we
like I
could build
just
at the time
my
to
life is too
put
busy
people
to
back into our experience with
think
technology. But connecting people was always
about
much
someone
bigger. From way
following
earlier
me,
on, I remember sitting
spying
in
on me
middle
or
school
something.
classes, sketching in my notebooks, ideas
Well, I
that I
get
wanted
it.
to code when I got home. And even though I didn't have the skill or technology to build it yet, it was always clear that the dream was to feel present
Is
with
this
the people
Facebook
we care
headquarters
about.
or something?
Isn't that the ultimate promise of technology? To be together with anyone, to be able to teleport anywhere, and to create and experience anything? Yet here we are in 2021, and our devices are still designed around apps, not people. The experiences we're allowed to build
Well,
and use are more
Zuckerberg
tightly
has
controlled
has
than
its
ever.
own plans.
And high taxes on
Everyone
creative
has.
new ideas are stifling. This is not the way that we are meant to use technology. The metaverse gives us
Okay,
an
at least he's
opportunity
pushing
to
the
change
technology
that if we
further.
build it well. But it's going to take all of us, creators, developers, companies of all sizes. Together, we can finally put people at the center of our technology and deliver an
I think there's gonna be
experience where we are
interesting,
present with each other. Together, we can create
like
a more
because
open
metaverse will
platform
consist
with
of
more ways
everything.
to discover experiences and
Now
more
it's split
interoperability
between
them.
business,
And
gaming,
together,
social.
we can unlock
Because gaming
a
and social kind of
massively
correlates.
bigger creative economy. I know the internet story isn't straightforward.
It's just gonna be hard to just merge everything all together.
Yes, there will be challenges and risks and disruption.
But I
of
don't think in the ways that they think.
But there will also be opportunities and benefits
Because
that we
not
can't even
everyone is
imagine
interested
yet.
in everything.
For
That's the
connection,
thing.
for creation, for learning and joy. We'll all need to work together
He
from
said
the
something like
beginning
that?
to bring
Metaverse
the best
citizenship?
possible version of this future to life.
That's
a
psycho.
future where, with just a pair of glasses, you will be able to step beyond the physical world and into the kinds of experiences that we have talked about today. I've been thinking a lot about our identity as we begin this next chapter.
Your company working
Facebook
from
is one
Facebook.
of the most used products in the history of the world. It is an iconic
Well, not every
social
job is
media
gonna
brand.
be translated to that as well, so that's
increasingly,
different. But
it just doesn't encompass everything that we do. Instagram, WhatsApp, Messenger, Quest, now Horizon, Nazare, and more. Building our social media apps will always be an important focus for us. But right now,
oh, of
our
course,
brand is
Zuckerberg
so
is using
tightly
the
linked to
data
one
of
product
everyone.
that it can't
That's how they
possibly
built
represent everything that we're doing today, let alone in the future.
their technology.
Over time, I hope that we are seen as a
obvious.
metaverse company. And I want to anchor our work and our identity on what we are building towards. We just announced that we are making a fundamental change to our company. We're now looking at and reporting on our business as two different
Yeah,
segments.
what's about it?
One
I
for our
heard
family of
something
apps,
about changing or
one
splitting
for
the
our work on
business.
future platforms. And as part of this, it is time for us to adopt a new company brand to encompass everything that we do. To reflect who we are and what we hope to build, I am proud to announce that starting today, our company is now Meta. Our mission remains the same. It's still about bringing people together. Our apps and their brands,
This is gonna
they're not
be
changing either.
a meme.
And we are still the company
Meta.
that designs technology.
Everyone thought it's Horizon, but
Now we have a new North Star
okay.
to
Wait,
help bring the metaverse to
so they're splitting or
and we have a new
merging?
name
Like,
that reflects the full breadth of what we do and the future that we want to help build. From now on, we're going to be metaverse first, not Facebook first. That means that over time, you won't need to use Facebook to use our other services. And as our new brand starts showing up in our products, I hope that people come to know the Meta brand and the future that we stand for.
but it's still the same.
I used to love studying classics, and
It's just
the word
hiding
meta
behind the name.
comes from
What?
the Greek word meaning
I mean, I get it, but
for me, it symbolizes that there is always more to build. There's always a next chapter to the story. And for us, that's a story that
destroy every
started in the
company.
dorm
I mean, yeah,
and grew beyond
they have
anything we
all the
could
money in the world, and
into a
they're doing
family
it
of
currently
apps
for the
that
VR
people use to find one another,
technology.
to find their voice,
Not destroying,
to
but
start businesses and
just
communities
overtaking
and movements
everything.
that have changed the world. I'm proud of
Metaverse
what we've built
constitution
so
and
far
belief
and excited about what comes next as we move beyond what's possible today, beyond the constraints of screens,
Simple
beyond
people-
the limits of
simple
distance
because
and
people
physics,
trust
and
in-
towards
yeah.
a future where everyone
That's how
can
it
be
works.
present with each other.
I feel like
create new
Facebook
opportunities,
showed
and
that
experience new
clearly.
things. It's a future
I
that's
don't use
beyond
like
any one company
in
that will be
years.
made by all of us.
And I don't even know
We've
what's
built
happening, like,
things
you know,
that brought
with my
people
friends and stuff
together
like that on
in new
Facebook, but
ways.
I've heard some
We've
crazy
learned a
shit.
lot from struggling with social issues and living under closed platforms. And now it is time to take everything that we have learned and help build the next chapter. I am dedicating
Meta.
our energy to this more than
That's
any
so
other
meta.
company in the world. And if this is the
Clever,
future that you
because
want to
this is
see,
very catchy,
then I hope
short,
that you will join
or
us.
memorable.
Because the future is going to be beyond anything we can imagine.
Like, okay. They're splitting, right? They're not completely rebranding.
Wow, wow, wow. I hope everyone was sitting down for that announcement. Never a dull moment around here, and I, for one, am already planning how I'll decorate my high-rise in the metaverse.
Start businesses
and
and we just
also
destroy it.
updating my business cards. Does anyone actually use those anymore? No? Just me? Okay. Well, what a
Cringy.
way to kick things off. And
When the course
now,
of human
to
meta
you,
events, it
our
becomes necessary
community
to
of creators, developers, and friends, welcome to Connect 2021. I'm Melinda Davenport. As we know, Connect has gone virtual for the second year in a row, and here at Meta, we want to say that we hope everyone is doing well and staying safe, and we just can't wait to connect IRL just as soon
It's
as
so hard to imagine
in my time as internal
now.
comms director at Meta, I've learned that
Meta.
Connect is one of the most anticipated events of our year, and that epic blockbuster opener was only just the beginning. Today we have an incredible slate of announcements, sessions, and panels giving you an in-depth look at the new realities our developer community is building. You'll get an unprecedented peek behind the curtain
So we
as our
have
team offers a glimpse at
Meta
the
Connect
ways we'll be
2022.
virtually connecting, creating, and
What the
collaborating
hell?
in the not-so-distant future. Seriously, like pretty soon. So let's talk about what's ahead today and the many ways you can experience
I mean, technically they
Connect
rebranded,
like never
so
before. Coming
Facebook
up
doesn't
shortly after a quick break is the
exist
highly
anymore.
anticipated Developer State of the Union.
It is so,
where
like,
our team
just
will take you through some of the ways we're building the metaverse
covering the
and
tracks.
examine the virtual experiences of tomorrow. After that, we'll take a breather, maybe a quick sandwich run, charge up that Quest 2, and return recharged for an exciting conversation with one of the world's most influential developers. John Carmack will be joining us unscripted to share his latest thoughts and ideas on development.
Wait, so the show
And
is
we won't be
shorter
done with
this
John
year?
just yet, because he will then take questions live in a Horizon Worlds from a select audience, a Q&A that will broadcast right here on the
Select
Reality
audience.
Labs page. It will be
Scripted.
out of this world. Although perhaps not quite as out of this world as the incredible VR spacewalk from the International Space Station that will provide the exclamation point on Connect 2021. So be sure to stick with us. Now, this year, you can actually enjoy
What?
Connect your way as we've personalized the entire Connect experience. So starting right now, all of the on-demand sessions you've been demanding are unlocked and
If I would
ready
be
to stream
Zuckerberg?
on the Reality Labs page. So connect with any sessions you want, when you want. Interested in AR tech?
I don't think I have visions like him like that in the grand scheme of things.
Trust me, whether you're brand new
But
to VR or
I mean, yeah,
seasoned pro,
he's
we'll have a session for you. We'll even
he wants
provide
something
a few recs with our custom sessions playlist, which have been curated based on your favorite
closed
topics.
from everyone.
And just like Connect in the past, these developer sessions will be led by some of the creator community's most
Wait, so
influential
is
thought
that an
leaders
end?
and innovators. They are not to be missed. In order to find them, simply pop over to the video section of the Reality Labs page.
Well, I have
That Reality
to
Labs
check
page
then.
is the hub for all things Connect. Also, for
Is
you
this a look
VR
we've got a new
enthusiasts,
VR
just
headset or
like
what?
last year, today's stream should also be viewable in venues, so
I
you
think
can
it's gonna
get
be
back
for
in
the next
theater
Connect. I mean,
and
they said
enjoy
next
with
year.
friends and fellow
They called it Project
All right, so
Cambria,
that is what is on deck
which
for
is
today,
essentially
but up
Quest
next,
Pro
after
or
a
whatever.
short break and in a brand new stream, will be our much
Which,
anticipated
interestingly enough, they didn't reveal any like real capabilities of it. They only said something about optics.
build communities in and out of VR and grow your audience.
Wait,
That
let me-
is not to be missed. So, we are ending our stream right now, but stay on
Yeah.
the Reality Labs page, and after the break, have your
They're
pencils
ending.
ready, or just sit back and enjoy
So
the
weird.
stream
Only
with
an
the Dream
hour,
Team.
like
The
20
Dream
minutes?
Team
What the
stream.
hell?
See what I did there? It's all for Connect 2021, the Developer State of the Union. It's coming up at 11:45 a.m. Pacific, 2:45 Eastern. We'll see you there.
So that's the end. What the hell? That was so short, but not even concrete at all. I mean, it was like they said it was gonna be like a visionary live stream, but okay. Wow. That was like almost nothing. Yeah, they said something about face tracking, optics, and that was it. Like literally, we had so many more leaks on Reddit about the functionality. What is it? Wait, that's so weird. What the hell? Yeah, Reddit. Like not so much information, but a lot of information leaked in terms of specifics for the next headset already. So it's like, we know. Why you're just not gonna reveal that? Yeah, the GTA reveal was crazy to me. I mean, I heard some rumors about Rockstar developing a VR game, but I did not realize that it's gonna be that. Control Mind. Where is it? I saw the post of here, I think. No, it is live. What do you mean it's not misinformation? Yeah, like it was just turning on the road, not like an actual thing. Wait. Oh yeah, this map. Oh my god. Features? I think. Oh, here we go. It's upload. What? There was. Okay, well, let's go to the upload then. Whatever. Yeah, it's gonna be much more expensive. Wait, is it news from now? September? Not necessarily. Okay, yeah, face eye tracking. There was full body tracking if you would put a mirror or something like that in your place. Yeah, because someone found the firmware, yes. New lenses, that's already confirmed done. Lens depth adjustment, don't care. Varifocal, don't care. Processor XR3 or something like that, I heard. Yeah, but mostly the Quest Pro was all about, like from the leaks, the tracking. Like full body tracking, everything pretty much included. And that's gonna be like mostly used for the social things, not really like games. I mean, to some extent, yeah, but it's more for like business and social. So it's not very like for us gamers, I guess. I'm kind of speechless. Okay, but like we got Blade and Sorcery, GTA. We knew that the next headset will be next year. I mean, it was a little bit delusional that it's gonna be announced. I mean, I actually thought it's gonna be announced today, and then the release will be next year. Not completely just left field and say nothing. Project Cambria, sure. Nazareth, sure. There was a lot of AR this time around, but I liked how they like mixed the news into the VR. Like the presentation in the first, I think 40 minutes or something like that was pretty sick. Like it was a very good visionary kind of presentation. Not many things concrete, which, like I said, they released most of the things before Connect, so it didn't have much to reveal now. I don't know if it was like scheduled, because they wanted to just like split the attention to the AR and just like the vision that they have and the rebrand or whatever. I don't really care about rebrand, but I assume it's gonna have a big impact on the, I guess, perception that VR is not about Facebook now. It is, but it's just a lot of kind of covering. Nothing really like. I guess it's just Facebook politics now. Whatever. They should ship to me Cambria. I mean, I think with my YouTube career nowadays, and my opinions or whatever, maybe you know this or not, but how can I say it? I'm not very not liked, but not many people are a fan of me if you're talking about VR community. I mean, not audience, but like the actual YouTubers and stuff like that. And that's mostly because I'm no one's dog. I'm no one's puppet. Like that's just my character. And Facebook, Facebook like to have their own people. Let's just say that. And I feel like I represent a very old school side of YouTube, that it's all about being independent and very much like to myself. Like I'm not someone that has their opinions swayed by some other things. Like that's essentially how I do as well, like my reviews or whatever. I do nothing before that. I don't really watch really. I actually don't watch anyone. And it happened like recently because I have like time nowadays. We talk about just VR content. Like I don't watch any VR YouTuber. I pretty much get all the news on Reddit and some rumors, stuff like that, to just have an overview what's happening in the community. But like other than that, I'm like very much in my own world, and that kind of like gives me an unique unique view on things that people don't really think about, because a lot of people repeat stuff from other people, and it's just like kind of very bland, like very not much in character, stuff like that. I guess it's like a lot of content that I've seen before, VR related, and just like kind of channels and stuff like that, is very much not very interesting, but in a way that there's not much personality going on. Like I feel like sometimes it's just like you have a product, you have something scripted, and it's just here you go, shit. But that's not YouTube to me. I'm a very old school kind of. I grew up with this platform, watching like PewDiePie, John Marvels and stuff like that. Very like old school. So I'm all about just being like independent in a way that I am my own master, basically. Yeah, an echo chamber, essentially. I think that's also why I'm not a fan of VR content, because a lot of YouTubers do like VR news and stuff like that, but that's just repeating stuff that we already read. Like, it is good content for people who don't have time to keep up what's going on and stuff like that, but at least for me, like, I know it. And everyone's repeating the same stuff and making money of it. I mean, I guess it's in a way smart, because not much budget is going into it, but whatever. Like I have my own thing going on, and I'm happy about that. Like I really treat this channel as my little baby, so whatever. But oh yeah, back to my original point. I don't think Facebook is gonna send me anything on my VR career. Maybe one day when I'm gonna be like, big or whatever, which is not gonna happen. Maybe not like, let's just say ever, but it's not gonna happen soon. Because my content is not focused on hype, on just, I guess, empty things. I really just focus on what's going on and just concrete stuff, but not really like, yeah, that's it, basically. Okay, I had an idea, actually. Maybe I'll do it or whatever. because I like to stir the pot. So essentially, I was thinking about something about because you remember I did what was that? The tier list on the every release that was last year. I'm gonna do it as well this year. It's gonna be crazy because I feel like we have twice as much titles released. I feel it, like being just exhausted and stuff like that. I feel like I'm gonna edit it the whole Christmas, and it's gonna be a big video. I mean, it's essentially the biggest video that I do every year now. I did it only once, but every year that's gonna be my signature. I was thinking about doing a tier list in terms of quality content, channel, and stuff like that, of every big VR, not big, but like every kind of major VR YouTuber on the platform. And that's very funny to me because I know few things about creating content nowadays, about just like the audio, dissing, stuff like that. I pretty much I'm a specialist in that field, and a lot of people don't really pay attention to it, but they are still big and popular. There's just a lot of bullshit going around, and there's a lot of people that I can't say they don't deserve, but I was just thinking about kind of doing a ranking as a potential viewer, because I don't watch anyone, but as a potential viewer, how the channel is presented. And I mean, I would do myself as well, like I'm not exception, and I'm not gonna be on the top, spoiler alert. But that was like interesting idea. I have a lot of interesting ideas. It's just that, do I want to burn the bridges now or later? But at the same time, I don't have any bridges built, so maybe it's better to do it now than later and be cancelled. I mean, that's basically asking for cancellations in the community, but whatever. It's how I do things nowadays here. No headset, obviously. It's gonna be next year. I don't think it's gonna be like early next year. I think it's gonna be next Connect. Looking forward to GTA San Andreas. Very much looking forward to it. Blade and Sorcery is gonna be interesting. I mean, from my perspective, because I've never tried it, but I mean, it's a big IP for VR. So no Assassin's Creed news. What the hell? Literally, like, nothing. Yeah, aside from that, I don't really remember other things. Not much things was announced, but it is what it is. Not really waste my time, because I enjoy doing live streams like that every once in a while. Once a year. Actually, I mean, because they introduced this gaming showcase, whatever the hell, I hope they're gonna continue it every year, so we're gonna have like 2 live streams a year. But it's just nice to catch up with my community, as always. And what time is it? Okay. What do we have on the schedule? The Project Terminus is now. Oh, Facebook appears on the store as a flat screen thing. Yeah, flat screen. Okay, Anchor. So 1 new release today, Project Terminus. It is a co-op though, so if anyone wants to hop in for the recording or whatever, because essentially I feel like the whole co-op experience will be the highlight of this game, because apparently it's rough, but I didn't really watch anything. Like I know I played it on side quest on Quest 1 back in the day, so we'll see. So if anyone wants to hop in with me, I'll be like in 15 minutes in it or something like that. So We'll see. Last comments. Go all Snowden, Ausblur, the all three. Well, yeah, that's nowadays our culture of being triggered and stuff like that. So I'm just doing my thing here, and let's just go with it. And I'll see you around. Not I'll see you around. I'll see you in the next video. That's gonna be 2 hours max. It just takes a lot of time nowadays for me to do one video, especially if there's only just one release, because I pay attention to the footage. But yeah, see you around. Enjoy it as always.